some people might show up and go double up with you every now and then, and
Perfect.
go through. Like I'll probably come in for a game here or two, just to break the monotonous.
Perfect. I'm sure people get tired of just listening to me anyway.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Last year, or 2 years ago when we did this, we couldn't hear the second person at all. Did you know that? I didn't know that until I watched the YouTube one afterwards. You could hear them, but no one else could.
No, I didn't know. Are you set to go, or?
We are set to go.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Richard J. Currie Center here in beautiful Fredericton, New Brunswick. I'm Bill Gibson. You're watching coverage of the Maritime Invitational Basketball Tournament. We are here all weekend long, all 17 games being played on this Performance Center court. You can grab right here on the webcast. Opening up game action here, we have the Nackawic Nighthawks and the Ecole Sainte-Anne Castors. Ecole Sainte-Anne based here in Fredericton, just, not even a kilometer away at the top of the hill, I would say, as the crow flies. Pick up the starters first for Nackawic. We have 2, 3, 7, 9, and 11. And I'll get you those names in just one moment. And for Ecole Sainte-Anne, we have 2, 15, 7, 4, and 3. So starters for Nackawic. Number 2 is Gavin Calder. Number 3 is Brady Sharp. Number 7 is Connor Dixon. Number 9 is Owen Lutwick. And number 11 is Thomas Simpson. Starters for Nackawic. Castors control, opening tip. That's Boudreau for 3. That one is rebounded by Sharp. Pulls it away for the Nighthawks. And the ball up the court is Gavin Calder. Calder for Lutwick. Lutwick's going to travel, and that will go over to Ecole Sainte-Anne. Started for Ecole Sainte-Anne, number 2, Lucas Hayes. Number 3, Dominic Doiron. Number 4, Noah Boudreau. Number 7, Joel Clare. And number 15, Gabrielle Lacroix. Looked inside, that's a great pass. Score for Doiron. And it is Ecole Sainte-Anne opening up the scoring here in this tournament. Folks, if you don't know about this tournament, it is massive in size. This year a little bit smaller than past rendition due to COVID. No out-of-province teams here, so all in province. There are 20 men's teams across 5 divisions and 12 women's teams across 3 divisions. Action goes here at the Currie Center and at the UNB Lady Beaverbrook Gym, otherwise known as the Pit, all weekend long. This court, the 2 courts downstairs, and as mentioned at the Pit, we have the action here on AOTV here from the Performance Center court. 2-0 early going. We've played just about a minute in the opening game action of this tournament. It's a miss by Clare. Rebound to Calder. Bringing it up court is Simpson. We get travel again on Lutwick. Second of the game. Officials for this one are Barrio and Holloway. Beginning what will be, I'm sure, a long weekend here for the officials as well, as they work through all the games in this tournament on all 4 courts. Games running simultaneously, 4 at a time. Miss on the layup by Boudreau. Saved there by Sharp. And Calder brings it over half for the Nighthawks. Simpson hooks to the post for Cormier, taken away by Ecole Sainte-Anne. And the layup attempt was Boudreau, partially blocked. Comes down to Dwarall. Now outside for a three-point shot from Hayes. That one rims out. Nighthawks come away with it. Lead pass, saved. And into the hands of Gavin Calder. Good save by Connor Dixon. We have our first foul of the afternoon. That will send Gavin Calder to the line. This is as I mentioned, there are 20 men's teams in 5 divisions. This is the Fredericton in division. So we have Ecole, Sainte-Anne, Nackawic, St. Stephen, and Bathurst are the 4 teams in this division. And good on the second free throw is Calder. That gets Nackawic on the board. Nackawic is the home team on the scoreboard. Nice pass inside and good finish by Dwarall. Number 10, Alex McFarlane, loses the handle out of bounds. Boudreau inbounds for Dwarall. Claire, and now the far side, Hayes. Back to Claire. Boudreau. Baseline, Joel Claire puts it up. Too long. Rebound to Brady Sharp. Head pass picked off by Lucas Hayes. Hayes brings it across half. Gives it up to Dwarall for Claire. Hayes. Baseline jump shot, Lacroix. Rebound, 2 Castors fight for it, and coming away with it is Alex McFarlane. McFarlane will dribble into the front court. Good aggressive defense there by Dominic Dwarall. Brady Sharp takes a long shot, gets his own rebound, now in the paint. Hands it off. Nighthawks bring it back out, reset. Dixon. Dixon drives, he's going to put up the shot, he's going to draw the foul. Goes on number 15, Gabrielle Lacroix. It sends Connor Dixon to the line. Dixon misses the first. And makes the second. That brings the Nighthawks within 2. Castors in the front court. Lacroix on the drive, loses the handle. It's going to be a turnover. Thomas Simpson. Subs in now for Ecole Sainte-Anne. Number 1 is Mailu Kwanzaa. Checks into the game. And number 13 is Justin Shin. Shin and Kwanzaa in for Ecole Sainte-Anne. Bit of an awkward looking drive there from Thomas Simpson. Turnover on Ecole Sainte-Anne. Goes back to the Nighthawks. Simpson inbounds for Calder. Calder on the handle. Sharp open underneath, doesn't see him, and now steal by Dwarall. Dwarall's going to lay it in for 2. That puts Nackawic up by 4. 5:52 to go here in quarter number 1. Opening game of the Maritime Invitational. Pressure now from Ecole Sainte-Anne. Broken by the Nighthawks fairly easily. McFarlane shot. That's long. Now inside for McFarlane. He's got the spin off glass, no good. Rebound to Dixon. Back out to McFarlane. He's going to put up the 3. And he's going to drain the 3. Subs getting ready on the Nackawic Nighthawks side. It'll be Stephen Serio Kane coming in the next stoppage. Pushing to the front court is Calder. Calder takes the elbow jumper. That's the miss. Rebound goes to Ecole Sainte-Anne. Rushing forward is Lacroix. Taking that away off the glass is Alex McFarlane. Now McFarlane will handle in the front court. It's McFarlane on the catch looking for the little give and go with Dixon. Instead it ends up in the hands of Gavin Calder. That long shot is long. Doran. On the far side, that's Kwanzaa. He's going to drive, go off glass, and score two. Now some life out of the Ecole Sainte-Anne bench. They try to crank up the pressure on defense. That results in a steal. That was Lacroix on the steal. Shot put up and good by Doran. 10-5 Ecole Sainte-Anne. 3:25 to play in quarter number one. That rebound by McFarlane. And now the second rebound by Dixon and blocked by the Castors. Nice look inside from Hayes. Shin can't get the layup to go, and pushing it the other way is Calder. Calder gets some contact, keeps control of the ball as he goes down, finds Dixon. And Sharp makes two. Doran on the far side for Hayes. Hayes puts up the three-pointer. That one jams on the rim, rebound taken away by Alex McFarlane. Pardon me, that's Thomas Simpson. Three Sharp, misses. Rebound to the Castors into the front court. Hayes. Three-pointer put up by Doran. Rebound to the Castors on the offensive glass. That one rolls around the rim and drops in for Lucas Hayes. 2:08 remaining here in quarter number one. We have timeout on the floor called by the Nighthawks. It's been a bit of a sleepy start here for this game here, opening game. Of course, I'm sure we'll see a lot of these teams as they adjust to shooting in the Currie Center. Certainly much different than many and most, almost all, I would say, high school gyms. And in fact, the Currie Center, if you note at one end of the court, there are stands and basket sits in front of those. And at the other end, there is a wall, which is much more sort of the traditional high school setup, where you don't have a lot of room in behind the basket. Let's see how that goes as we progress here. I'm Bill Gibson. You're watching AOTV. We are here all weekend, or at least until my voice gives out, at the Maritime Invitational Basketball Tournament. If you're in the building, feel free to stop up and say hello. High above center court. You can find my broadcast position this weekend. Or if you're following along at home, feel free to reach out. You can hit me up in email at webcastbill@outlook.com. webcastbill@outlook.com. You can send me a note, let me know where you're watching from. I'd like to have the feedback on how things are going. So we're coming out of the first time out here in what has been a bit of a sleepy first quarter. Not a lot of energy in the building, from the players or the fans, to be quite honest, here in the early action. I'm sure that will ramp up as the weekend progresses. Teams are just settling in here to this tournament action. We have 4 more here for you today. I was going to say this afternoon, but we go into this evening. Another 7 tomorrow, and then we hit the playoff round with 5 more games on Sunday. Turnover there by the Nighthawks, certainly not what they were looking for coming out of the timeout. Now bringing it up court was Doran. Into the corner for Hayes. Back up top for Marc LeBlanc, who has checked in number 24. Simon Logier, he's also checked into the game. Driving is Kwanzaa. Rebound fought for by Simon Logier, but it goes out of bounds, and it will be Nackawic Nighthawks ball. Pass into the corner. And knocked out of bounds. Folks, not sure if you can pick up whatever that noise is with the announcements in the background from the building. But it throws me every time it happens. Clock is still running, so whatever we've got going on here, we're going to have to shut that off and do some resets, put some time back on. Ecole Sainte-Anne leaving Nackawic 12-7, 1:22 to go here in quarter number 1. Going to reset the game clock to 1:30. And the shot clock will go to 13. Nackawic will inbound. Inbound for Calder. Calder shoots the 3, front rim. Rebound taken away by Logier. Now into the front court, Marc LeBlanc. Logier guarded tightly by McFarlane. Doran for Nate Beaton. Now Logier, he's going to drive, go high off glass. Gets it way above the square, and as a result doesn't go in. Rebound to the Nighthawks. Going to go the other way. That's Lucas Hayes. Hayes into the post. Pardon me, that was Calder. Into the post for Serio Kane. Ecole Sainte-Anne brings it up court, under a minute to go, quarter 1. LeBlanc. Shot put up by Logier. Rebound to Nackawic. Dixon goes off glass. Fighting for the rebound was number 15, Caleb McKay. LeBlanc for Beaton and Doran. It's back to LeBlanc. Cross court, Nate Beaton. 3 out of the corner, Doran. Trying to beat the buzzer and end the quarter. But it's no good. We will go to the first quarter break with Ecole Sainte-Anne leading 12-7 over the Nackawic Nighthawks. Pretty low scoring quarter, especially on the Nighthawks side of things. This team settled in here for this tournament. Looking forward, next action for Ecole Sainte-Anne will be tomorrow morning, 8:30 start. That's going to be at the Pit, or Brook Gymnasium, just across the parking lot here, the other building. And then they'll finish up right here on this court tomorrow evening. The last game of Saturday night, scheduled 8:30 p.m. start for Ecole Sainte-Anne, and we will have that game against St. Stephen right here for you on the webcast. Nackawic After this one, their next action will be 10:30 tomorrow morning, right here from this court. So we'll have that one for you as well. That's against St. Stephen. So we'll get a couple looks at St. Stephen tomorrow, a couple looks at each of these teams. And then they will finish up against Bathurst at 6:30 tomorrow in the pit. And of course, on the men's side of this tournament, with 5 divisions, we're going to have 5 division winners. They will go to the playoffs, advance directly to the quarterfinals. All those teams finishing second in their division, so there's another 5 teams there that will finish second in each of the divisions. There will be a draw, and 3 of those teams as well will go to the playoffs. And once that happens, we know who the playoff participants are. There will be a draw for who's playing who in the quarterfinals. And of course, then semis and final after that. On the women's side, with 12 teams and 3 divisions, the 3 will automatically make it to the semifinals as 3 division winners. And 1 out of the 3 second-place teams will be selected by random draw to make it through to the semifinals. So it will not be until tomorrow evening. I'm sure we'll be joined by John Rice here on the webcast. Give us all those matchups and do the draw. We will see how things are going at that point, and who advances, who doesn't. All of these divisions, of course, intriguing as I look at them from a fan's perspective, an announcer's perspective. Throw these 4 teams in this division: Nackawic, Ecole, Sainte-Anne, St. Stephen, and Bathurst. Tough to pick who is favored. Here now into the second quarter, played just about a minute. Spinning and driving. Missing is Connor Dixon. That's going to go back to Ecole Sainte-Anne. Lacroix for Claire. On the drive was Boudreau. Put up by Logier. That one bangs down. Gives Ecole Sainte-Anne a 7-point lead, doubling up at 14-7 on Nackawic. Cutting into that lead with a 3-pointer is Gavin Calder. Looks like the Nighthawks may be settling into a zone here now against this Ecole Sainte-Anne team. Generates a turnover. Inside the post for Serio Kane. Going to the line will be Connor Dixon, number 7, who was the shooter on that last play. Have a sub for the shooter ready. Double make here would bring Nackawic within 2. Make on the first. And Dixon for the second. Miss on the second, but it is rebound to Serio Kane. He goes inside, taken away by Kwanzaa. That's Boudreau on the drive. He's going to lay it in, get the foul on Gavin Calder, and he's going to have a chance for the 3-point play. So what could have been the lead being cut down to a mere 2 points. Instead, it's now back up. It will be 5 once those points go on the board. Should be 16-11. Make that 17-11. Now to the front court, Serio Kane. Cross court for Kwanzaa. Kwanzaa puts up the NBA range three. Off the back rim, taken down on the rebound by Brady Sharp. Now into the front court, Alex McFarlane. McFarlane on the drive. Runs into some defensive pressure. Rebound knocked out by Stephen Serio-Kane, right into the hands of Ecole Sainte-Anne on the drive. Turning the back to the basket. On that drive was Boudreau, but following up and finishing was Lacroix. Into the front court, McFarlane. Stephen Serio-Kane can't get it to go down. Feels he should have had that one, tell by just his reaction after that shot. So after Nackawic had closed the lead down from 7 to 3, it's now back up to 8. 5-point run by the Castors. Long shot by Simpson is rebounded by the Nighthawks. McFarlane into the lane. Finds glass on that. Kwanzaa comes away with a rebound into the front court. Mailu Kwanzaa loses the handle. That ball will go over to Nackawic. Subs in now. Gavin Calder checks in for the Nighthawks. Going to the bench, Alex McFarlane. That's Calder. He's going to handle in the backcourt against some pressure. Finds Thomas Simpson. Simonson to Calder. Calder fakes, drives. He's going to be fouled on the shot. I believe that will go on Simon Logier. We'll send Gavin Calder to the line. And on the second, Calder. Subs in for Ecole Sainte-Anne. 2 and 3. That's Lucas Hayes, number 2. Dominic Doran, number 3. Kwanzaa on the outside. Doran. Doran on the drive. Knocked away by the Nighthawks. Coming out of the pack is Gavin Calder. Calder finds the seam, gets right to the glass. That's one Calder will be thinking about for a while, I'm sure. Right to the rim, unable to finish on the lefty lay-in. Doran for Hayes. Doran for Claire. Claire on the drive. Looks for Doran. Cross key. Now Kwanzaa. Kwanzaa to the paint. He's going to put it up off glass and in. Good screen by Serio-Kane in the backcourt. Nighthawks again, a bit of trouble here on these Currie center rims. Long three-pointer put up and drained. That's Joel Clare, number 7, who makes that one. Pushes the lead now to double digits. 12-point lead, 24-12. Down to 3 not that long ago. Trying to answer with the three-pointer is Stephen Serio-Kane, but it's no good. Rebound taken away by Ecole Sainte-Anne. Joel Clare. Kwanzaa now put up the long shot. That gets no rim. Out of bounds, and that goes to the Nighthawks. Checking in for Nackawic, number 14, Mason Esty Brooks. Along with number 11, Thomas Simpson. McFarlane was looking for the cutting. Calder taken away by Kwanzaa. Got to stop the ball here. Got too deep there, I think. LeBlanc takes the outside shot. One goes off the top of the backboard. Good rebound by Thomas Simpson. Calder puts up an NBA range 3. That rims out, but the rebound went to Brady Sharp. Sharp's putback is blocked. Calder inside for Sharp on the turnaround, no good. Rebound to Ecole Sainte-Anne, bringing out of the pack Lucas Hayes. Hayes to the front court. Hayes stops, pops on the 3. All rim. Pace now picking up a little bit in this one. Nighthawks bothered in the backcourt, have to be quick to get this one over half. Steal taken away by Marc LeBlanc, and it is LeBlanc brings it to the free throw line. Now driving baseline, Dworon. Dworon gets his own rebound outside to Kwanzaa. Kwanzaa fakes the 3, now drives. He goes off glass, acrobatic shot and finish. Nighthawks don't seem to have a lot of problem when they get properly gathered breaking the press. More problems on the offensive end, not getting great looks. Claire for Kwanzaa. Kwanzaa misses that. Laurent, Kwanzaa takes a 3. That side of the backboard, Kwanzaa on the rebound, rejected by Sharp. But it is Kwanzaa who gets the follow-up too. Foul on Ecole Sainte-Anne. They now have their biggest lead of the game here in quarter number 2. Simpson inbounds for Gavin Calder. Calder uses the McFarland screen. Now back to McFarland. McFarland on the shot. That's a 3. That's good. Good. Only put 2 up on the board. I thought I saw the official's thumbs up on that. Maybe it was only 2. So it's going to go as a 2-pointer. LeBlanc looks inside for Dworon. Jump ball, we're going to go back to Nackawic. Calder dribbles front court. That long shot is wide from Thomas Simpson. Pardon me, that was Alex McFarland, number 10, not number 11, on that shot, I believe. Football, that will stay with Ecole Sainte-Anne. Speaking of football, Ecole Sainte-Anne won the football championship. 5 members of this basketball team part of that championship team, so they've only had a few weeks together practicing as a team, as a full team. They do have a couple of injuries coming into this one. Stéphane So and Noah Goodgie, who really provide a lot of size for this Castor team. Both those injured. Nackawic as well. Had some players not available, a shoulder injury. One player here this weekend not available. On the line is number 10, Alex McFarland. McFarland makes the first. Miss on the second, rebound, Dworon. Dworon to the front court for Hayes. Claire on the drive for Kwanzaa. Kwanzaa gets into the paint and throws it away. Was looking back for Lucas Hayes. Turnover. Stephen Serio Kane, number 13, checks in for the Nighthawks. Just over 2 minutes to go here in the opening half. of the first game here at the Maritime Invitational. Hope you're enjoying wherever you're watching along from. We've got a lot more action for you here all weekend. Shot put up off the glass to beat the shot clock by Connor Dixon. Rebound goes to Ecole Sainte-Anne. Boudreau. Front rim rebound controlled by Thomas Simpson. To the front court for Alex McFarland. 1-on-3. He's going to go 1-on-3. Gets nothing there. No surprise going 1-on-3. Doran. It's going to be loose ball for Hayes. Inside Doran. Fancy back pass for Boudreau. Back to Doran. One dribble, step in, shoot. Front rim. It's going to be a nice rebound by Doran. And Boudreau makes a three. Three-pointer up from McFarland. That one is long. Serio Kane. Back to Calder now to the front court. Serio Kane's going to take the three. Rebound to Ecole Sainte-Anne. Fans now on the Nackawic players. A little bit encouraging them to go rebound. Hit that offensive glass. Steal by Calder to the front court for Alex McFarland. He's going to spin, go off glass. Nice move. Now a little bit of life on the Nackawic side. Hasn't been a lot of that here so far in this one. Be more of that in the second half. 1.9 seconds to go here in half number one. And it will be Nackawic inbounding against Ecole Sainte-Anne pressure. Let's see if they can get a shot. That's an attempt at a long pass. It is a nice play. And scoring to beat the buzzer is Alex McFarland on the long pass from Thomas Simpson. Big buckets in the half for Nackawic. We will go to halftime with the score 31-19 in favor of Ecole Sainte-Anne. We're going to take about a 10-minute break or so. We'll be back with action from half number two.
Exciting times at Fredericton Nissan, from our new state-of-the-art facility to our exciting totally redesigned lineup. Drop by and check out our full lineup of vehicles fitting all budgets. Fredericton Nissan has the perfect vehicle for you. Locally traded, safe pre-owned vehicles with interest rates as low as 0.99%. Our all-new drive-through service bays keep you warm and dry all year long. Fredericton Nissan, 250 Bishop Drive, Fredericton.
In this one, Ecole Sainte-Anne led 12-7 after quarter number 1, +5. They were +7 in quarter number 2 to extend that lead to 12. It's 31-19. We're set here for action to begin the second half. And look at the starters on the court for Nackawic. 2 is Calder, 7 is Dixon, 10 is Alex McFarlane, 11 is Thomas Simpson, and number 7 is Connor Dixon. The Ecole Sainte-Anne ball to open the second half. Around Boudreau, on the inside for Lacroix. Lacroix makes the baseline jumper for 2. So for Ecole Sainte-Anne, it is number 2, Lucas Hayes, number 3, Dominic Dworal, number 15, Gabriel Lacroix, 7 is Joel Clare, and 4 is Noah Boudreau. That's a rebound taken down by Lacroix. Lacroix to the front court for Hayes, far side Dworal. Boudreau. Clare now into the post for Lacroix. 7 to shoot. Lacroix on the baseline, he's going to have to put it up, and he's going to make 2 with a running lay-in. Quick early timeout for the Nackawic Nighthawks. We played under a minute here in the second half. We have 4 quick points put on the board by Ecole Sainte-Anne. It's going to be 35-19 is going to be our score. Quick 4-0 run to open the half results in a timeout. Nackawic coach Ross Calder is joined by Mike Springer on the sideline on the coaching side. Managers Carries Lee and Gracie Burgoyne. Mario Votor and Josh Susi coaches on the Ecole Sainte-Anne sideline. Officials for this one are Barrio and Holloway. Nackawic will inbound. Bringing it to the front court is Gavin Calder. Calder has McFarlane. McFarlane puts up the 3. Back rim, rebound to Calder. Calder dribbles out of the paint, now kicks it outside for Brady Sharp. Sharp misses Calder on the rebound. Calder looks to go up strong. He's going to draw a foul on Gabriel Lacroix. Looks to bring some life here to the Nighthawks. Calder. It's good on the first. Let's see the second. Good on the second. 14-point game now. Dworal for Hayes. Now Boudreau. Boudreau off the rim, rebound to Calder. Calder with a push. Deflected out of bounds by Boudreau. Mailu Kwanzaa checks in for Ecole Sainte-Anne. Going to the bench is Gabriel Lacroix. McFarlane for Simpson. Simpson now Sharp. Connor Dixon. Couple cutters now into the post for Brady Sharp. Sharp on the spin, no good. Kwanzaa comes away with a rebound. Kwanzaa on the push. Kwanzaa has a lay, nobody stops him, but it finally is knocked out by Alex McFarlane. Off the knee of Kwanzaa, that will go back to Nackawic. Calder into the front court. Simpson puts it up that short into the hands of Calder. Boudreau on the drive, gets into the paint. He's going to draw a foul. He's going to get the hoop to go as well. That foul looks like it's going to go on number 2, Gavin Calder. Shot was good for Noah Boudreau. Boudreau with a chance to convert the three-point play the traditional way. That rims out. Good rebound by Kwanzaa. Claire thought about it, now finds Kwanzaa. Kwanzaa gets in paint, kicks outside for Doiron. Doiron drives. Doiron on the rebound. Now outside, that's Claire. That's 3. Simpson knocked away by Doiron. Doiron. The fake there, but it's knocked away. Now Thomas Simpson has it deflected by Lucas Hayes. Steven Serio-Kane checks in for Thomas Simpson. Kwanzaa shoots it over Sharp, makes it over Sharp. That's another 2 on the board. Sainte-Anne as they once again double up. Nackawic 42-21. Foul's going to go on Boudreau on the push. So they call it a block. Alex McFarland will inbound far side. Inside, Steven Serio-Kane. On the drive was Alex McFarland. He's going to draw the foul. Be shooting 2. McFarland is good on the first. Miss on the second. Kwanzaa out of the front court for Boudreau. Boudreau drives. Back rim, rebound, finally cleaned up by Brady Sharp of the Nighthawks. Corner, Sharp. Rebound taken away by McFarland. Steps on the end line. Good hustle though, getting the board. Subs in for Ecole Sainte-Anne. (13) is Justin Shin. Number 8 is Simon Logier. Shin and Logier onto the court for Ecole Sainte-Anne. Was a long 3 put up by Doiron. Going to go Nackawic ball. Little defense chant out of the Ecole Sainte-Anne bench. Calder drives. Off glass, rebound Doiron. Doiron to the front court. Right into the paint. Kwanzaa. One dribble goes nowhere. Back for Doiron. Cross court for Boudreau. Boudreau's going to drive. Front rim on the running lay-in. Rebound Nackawic. Calder pushes to the front court for Dixon. Dixon stopped by Lozier. Now finding inside Alex McFarland. McFarland will go back to the line. I believe that foul is going to go on Justin Shin. Tough from this position, opposite side of the court as the scorers table. Pick up Referees hand signals sometimes, and they not putting the numbers up on the board with the fouls. Guessing a little bit on the foul situation. McFarland. It's going to be a miss. Rebound. Doran. It's inside for Kwanzaa. Kwanzaa brings it back out. That's going to be a double dribble. Number 9, Owen Lutwick has checked into the game for the Nighthawks. Be a foul here on the offensive end. That's going to be on number 13, Justin Shin. Into the front court, Boudreau, Lozier, and Kwanzaa. Kwanzaa into the paint again. Dishes inside for Shin. Looks like that one may have been blocked. Out of the pack coming the Nighthawks. McFarland, he's been using that spin move. Now looks to go up off glass, draws a foul. Foul goes to number 3, Dominic Doran. And that will put Nackawic in bonus here for the remaining 4:55 of quarter number 3. Alex McFarland to the line. Good on the first. Second rattles through as well. Kwanzaa for Sharp. They look inside. Good get by Doran. Back outside for Boudreau. 3 to shoot. Taken away by Nackawic into the hands of McFarland. McFarland dribbles into the front court. Loses the handle, but it ends up in the hands of Calder. And then Serio Kane. That miss taken away by Gavin Calder. Calder puts it up. Front rim no good. The tip up in is good by Connor Dixon. Through half comes Doran. Inside picked off by Alex McFarland. Nackawic to the front court. That's Dixon. Dixon has it taken away, but it is out of bounds. On Ecole Sainte-Anne. Subs in. Caleb McKay, number 15, in for the Nighthawks. Subs in also for Ecole Sainte-Anne. 6 is Nate Beaton. And 24 is Mark LeBlanc. Off of Calder's foot and out of bounds. Goes over to Ecole Sainte-Anne. 3:50 to go here in quarter number 3. LeBlanc for Kwanzaa. Kwanzaa on the drive and the shot. Rims out. Rebound for Serio Kane. Alex McFarland. Push to the front court. Gavin Calder. Serio Kane. He's wide open from 16. Could have shot. Good afternoon once again, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to the dimly lit Richard J. Currie Center. A bit of a power issue here. We are back playing. We are into the fourth quarter of Game 1 of the Maritime Invitational Basketball Tournament. I'm Bill Gibson, watching AOTV. It's about 3 minutes to go in quarter number 3. We had a power issue, lost, of course, internet and all of that. We are here on this court under the emergency backup power in the building. You'll note as we pan by the scorer's table on the far side, you'll see there's a flip chart up there with the score. 50-32, that is the score in favor of the Ecole Sainte-Anne Castors, leading the Nackawic Nighthawks in this one. We're going to keep going here on this one as long as the emergency backup power holds. That is Boudreau who makes that one for the Castors. Up off the bench, ready to check in for the Nighthawks, Owen Lutwick. Turnover now, that is Noah Boudreau into the front court. Boudreau looks to go off glass, that's no good, but rebounded by Lacroix. Lacroix finds Dworon. Dworon off glass, he's had a good game. As Dominic Dworon. Third quarter ended 44-30 in favor of ESA. It was only a +2 quarter. So they've won all 3 quarters here so far, and now they've extended out the lead once again. 55-32, Ecole Sainte-Anne. Driving Dworon. That doesn't go down. Rebound taken away by Caleb McKay. McKay passes ahead for Thomas Simpson. Into the front court, Lucas Hayes. Shot put up by Gabriel Lacroix. Rebound by Stephen Serio-Kane. Into the front court. Gavin Calder. Calder puts up the long shot, makes the long shot. Brings the Nighthawks within 20 here in quarter number 4. Just under 5 to play. 35-55 is the score. Travel on the far side on Ecole Sainte-Anne. That goes back to Nackawic. And by the way I read the NB Power website, folks, it could be between 4 and 5 before power is restored, based on what I see on the NB Power outages. We'll see how that holds up. Not sure if that does impact us or not here. We'll see. Hopefully we get back sooner. Boudreau on the drive. Joel Clare on the miss. Rebound for Caleb McKay. McKay into the front court. 4 minutes to go. Putting up and scoring is Thomas Simpson. 55-39, 16-point lead for Ecole Sainte-Anne. Into the front court, Noah Boudreau. Boudreau far side, Joel Clare. Clare looks like an ankle injury underneath for Gabriel Lacroix. Some of the Nighthawk players look to help him up, and he's going to hop off, get some help now from Coach Mario Votor. Going off on the bench. Don't like to see that ever, but certainly not in game 1 of a tournament. But you've got a couple more games left at least, and that's before you might even get into any playoff action. Shot clock reset to 15, 3:43 to go. 55-39, Ecole Sainte-Anne. Shot into the corner, Boudreau. It's going to be a rebound for Caleb McKay. McKay's going to dribble through some traffic. Gets it ahead for Alex McFarland. McFarland's going to put up a 3. That is no good. Rebound to Dominic Dworon. Dworon on the drive. Kidman's the ball. And that's going to drop in for Noah Boudreau. 18-point Castor lead, 57-39. So we run under auxiliary power here at the Richard J. Currie Center. Could go on for another game plus. It could be as late as 5 p.m. based on my read of the NB Power site before we get power back here. Not sure what's going on outside here in Freddie Beach. That's a three-pointer made. I believe that was Boudreau on the far side. 60-39. Lead stretches to 21. Steal now by Boudreau. Boudreau on the miss. Rebound by Joel Clare. Clare with the second putback attempt is good for two. Simpson fouled on the three by Dominic Dwarant. He'll go to the line. 2:18 to go here in this opening game action at the Maritime Invitational. We hope you have power where you are and able to watch along at home. Other action, assuming the power holds out here, coming up today from this court. Next up, scheduled 2:30 start. And we could be on pace for just about that, would be the Macadam Warriors and the FHS JV Black Cats. The 4:30 game, the Hampton High Huskies and the Odyssey Olympian. 6:30, Matthew Martin Matadors and the St. Malachy's Memorial Saints. And then at 8:30 to wrap things up today, our second look at the FHS JV Black Cats against the Tantramar Regional High School Titans. I'm Bill Gibson. You're watching AOTV. Pleased to bring you this one. 62-40, Ecole Sainte-Anne. Up top. That's Nate Beaton, number 6. And now Dominic Dwarant. Dwarant into the paint. Looks to pass off inside. Dwarant comes out of it. No, it comes away with Thomas Simpson. Caleb McKay into the front court. McKay to the floor with it. Finds a teammate. And now Nackawic loses the handle, but it's picked up. And then shot by Thomas Simpson. He gets two. 62-42. Ecole Sainte-Anne. Boudreau goes into the post for Justin Shin, number 13. Simon Lozier off the side of the rim. And rebounding was Liam Boyce, number 12, who's checked into this one for Nackawic. Tried to get that pass back to Thomas Simpson, but it goes out of bounds. Ecole Sainte-Anne ball, 1:19 to play here in this opening game at the Currie Center. Not sure if action's proceeding on the other courts. Try to bring you updates from those as I can throughout the weekend here as well to keep you up to speed on tournament action. Boudreau inside. Shin. That's taken away by, that's Calder, number 2. The dark, some of these numbers a bit hard to see as the players are moving around. Forgive me if I get any of them wrong. It's number 14 on the far side, Mason Esty Brooks. Esty Brooks cuts. .48 seconds to go here in this contest. 10 on the shot clock, taken away by Ecole Sainte-Anne. That's a pass ahead. And Noah Boudreau lays it in. Boudreau's had a good game here this afternoon. Not sure if I mentioned this earlier. Ecole Sainte-Anne, according to NB Hoop News website, ranked number 7 in the double A side. Nackawic Nighthawks number 4 on the single A side here in New Brunswick high school basketball, at least according to NB Hoop News. I'll reference them many times here, I'm sure, throughout the weekend in terms of the rankings and results. They do a great job compiling everything into one great place for anybody who wants to follow high school basketball. We're into the final 10 seconds. 66-42 in favor of Ecole Sainte-Anne in this one. And the Nighthawks content just to dribble it out. So we will end at 66-42. That's going to be plus 14. So an even fourth quarter. However, it is the Ecole Sainte-Anne Castors taking opening game action here at the Maritime Invitational. Come on back for the 2:30 game action. Assuming the lights stay on, It'll be the FHS JV Black Hats and the Macadam Warriors. You're watching the Maritime Invitational.